and welcome back to my channel and to Scrap Stash and Mayhem. I missed last week. I kind of took last week off a little bit. I had my granddaughters with me and we had a lot of fun. It was a short visit but a fun visit. So yesterday my girlfriend and I were playing, and we were playing with jelly printing. And you know, once you get the knack of it, it's really, you can create some beautiful things. I think this was the very first thing I did. And then I started really playing. And we were having lots and lots of fun. Jelly plates are very pricey. And so as I was doing this, I thought, well, you know, not everybody can afford jelly plates. It's pricey. And I know you can make your own, but once you make your own, the glycerin is very expensive too. So I was trying different techniques. This is also on a jelly plate, but this is done on rice paper. And I really love how that came out. So I did it again on some more rice paper. And I love how this came out. And then I started thinking, well, what about a silicone mat? So this one here is a combination of the jelly plate and the silicone mat. The final layer on this is the silicone mat. This part here is the jelly plate. So then I really started playing with the silicone mat. I was playing with stencils and whatnot, and stamps. And then I started really getting creative. And I love the way these turned out just as much as I do the way the jelly prints came out. So I thought I would show you what I did and we could experiment together. The texture on here, it feels like cloth. It feels like canvas is what it does. And I really love that. And this was just me in my grungy mood. And there's some more done on the silicone mat. So let's put it, whoop, not done on the silicone mat. That wasn't supposed to be there. So I thought, let's play. And I brought paper with me. I'm just going to get this up and out of my way because I'm going to need lots of space. There we go. Okay. So I just, this regular copy paper, printer paper. Same stuff we print on when we're printing out digitals or whatever. So I'm just going to take my paints, and I think maybe today we'll start out with, I'll show you how I did the 2 layers. So I'm going to start out with my purple. I'm just going to spread it on there. How heavy you put it on is up to you. The more you put on, the longer it takes to dry. But in this particular case, we're not really waiting for it to dry much. And I think maybe I'll put a little yellow into that to brighten it up. And then my brayer, you need a brayer, or you could do a paintbrush. Paintbrush would give you the lines through a different texture than what this does. And so I just took and gently kind of smeared my colors together. So this on a print that I'm going to do, this is going to end up being the background. I got a clop in there for some reason. Let's get rid of that. So I'm just going to take my paper and I'm just going to lay it in there. And that's not what I was going to do, but let's do that for the first round. So you can do just straight papers. Beautiful. And we're going to add some more ink. The one thing with doing it on this, the ink, no, not ink, the paint, once it's dried, does not lift off with the next layer. And with a gel plate, you can let your layers dry to create different effects. This will not lift off. If it's on there, it's on there. For this time, let's put a little bit of white in there. Why not? Just a hint here and there. Oops. That's a good enough hint. Different ways to get different effects. Okay, so now I'm going to take, these are from my rose bush, the same leaves that I used yesterday. Well, from the same plant. Squish them down. This one here is from a marigold. And this one here is from a dahlia. So, yeah, dahlia. So I'm just going to put this down in here and maybe put this here. And then we'll take our piece of paper and you got to just rub your leaves very well. Make sure that you're getting that full imprint. And then we're going to let that dry. I see that one just kind of turned out like a, It didn't take this one very well. Let's take this one out. Let's take this one out, the larger one. I'm just gonna look how pretty that is. Okay, and let's take a tomato leaf. Let's take you out. You didn't do that great, but pretty now. Let's take them all out. Let's just roll this up a little bit. Because like I said, that is not going to have gooped up paint here. Let's bring that in. And let's see. I just went and picked these today. So if you let them dry and press them, you can use them that way too. And then they're maybe a little easier to deal with than what this one is going to be. So let's what I also did yesterday was I took my brayer and cleaned my brayer off on my paper, but also pushing it in. You can see this is a very thick one. This one might not work very well either. Let's see. Well, nope, not really. So, let's go back to my rose leaves. Oops. Big gloop of paint there. Let's just put that gloop of paint right in the middle there. Okay, so this one, no, not so much. Okay, so let's put some more paint down here. But regardless, if you're getting the effect that you like or not, that you want, I'm going for a specific effect. But your pages are beautiful. And like I said, the more paint you put on them, the longer it's going to take them to dry. I'm going to put some yellow in here. Ooh, let's put some green in this time. That's such a pretty green. Let's do this. Okay, I'll get that in there. I'm not sure. I think I need a new brayer. You can see that I'm leaving lines in here. It's because it's not rolling, and I can't take it apart to clean it. I just do very gently, and I guess it's not too bad. Okay, let's do this, and let's just put this right across here like this. Oh, there's my hubby. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's stick this in here like this, and we will try this again. Leave it down there good. So for the effect that I am going for, I'm going to say, there's a little more paint in there. There we go, a little bit. I like my rose leaf, bush leaf better. So, okay. So then, while we're letting those dry, I discovered that using the rice paper was a really great effect. I love the paper. So I have some of this, it's called tear resistant tissue. It's from Ninny's Napkins, and I've had it for years. And this is a really big piece. So I just took and I cut it into pieces that I want to deal with. So let's do some purple. And we're just going to leave this on here. It'll mix in. If you don't want to mix those colors, then clean your pad first before you do it. Before you go ahead with your next project. Lots of yellow. And let's put some teal in there because I love the teal. Oop, that's a lot. And should we put a little green in there? Why not? So for this one, we're just going to take now you can really feel the paint coming through that. But for a first try, that's very pretty. It seems to soak it up better. It doesn't sit, the paper it sits on, it soaks it in. So let's try that again. And we will just add in a little white. And I have this color, turquoise. This is just paints from Dollarama. Dollar Tree, I don't remember. I've had them for a long time. And with using the silicone mat, you can basically make your workspace as large as your mat. Whereas the jelly plates, you are a little confined to how much you can get. See my butterflies coming through, but that's okay. I'm okay with that for now. We'll catch it on the next one. Okay, so this is where you get an awful lot of wet paint papers and whatnot. And this is where you need to see. Look at that one. That's pretty. You need lots of space. Let's put it that way. And right now I don't have that amount of space. So now I'm just going to take and do this last one with just plain paper. And I'm just basically trying to clean off my pad a little bit here. Pretty. So I'm okay with sitting this down here. Now let's take our leaves here and see what we can do. See if we can take some of that paint off of the leaves. Here comes the Charlie man. Hi, buddy. It didn't really come through because I think most of my paint was dry, but it did give you a little different of an effect. And we have a little bit of paint on the other side, which is cool. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's work with this one. Is this one kind of dry? Okay, we're going to work with this one next. So this one here, I am going to put a little more white in here, or a lot. And I'm going to put a little bit of this color in there. That's kind of, Nuggets on a mission. Now that's also paint that was left over on my roller too. So I just want to do a very light press. Just a very light press. Just to give it that. Just to give it a little bit of. Okay, let's try that on this one now. Try that on this. Now you could take, let's try this, shall we? Let's do it. Let's see what that looks like. That's pretty. All right, what else we got here? Let's take this one that we did here and get some weight into that. With the paper, you have to be careful because as your paper gets too wet, oh, look at that. As your paper gets too wet, then it can tear. I've had paper tear on me. It's not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to do that same thing with this. I wonder if I got enough. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. I might have to redo. Yeah, not enough. Not enough. Oh, let's just redo. Ooh, I like that. I wonder if that'll come off on here. Try that. Let's try. Yes, I created something. Okay, so let's do, I like to do the white over top as the final, because it kind of gives it that, for me, it kind of gives that stained or peeling paint texture that I love. We have quite a bit of purple in that one. We have yellow in that one. What color? Well, let's go with our teal and our green. Maybe. I used all my black paint yesterday in these tubes, so now I have this paint. I've never used it before. I just purchased it. So, oh, of course you would have a cover on it. Yeah. Oh, I bet you a better thing to do is just poke a little hole in it, isn't it? Let's try that. You can use stamps on these. You can use black is a very dominant color, so I'm not going to use a lot. You can use stencils, stamps, a variety of things. And you get different effects by the way you use your roller. And on here especially, because the paint doesn't adhere to it, it rolls on top. You can see. So I'm just going to take and do this just for the heck of it. That didn't leave no print at all, but what it did do is leave me some wet paint. Okay, let's try this. Just real quick. That's a messy page. Not saying I don't like it though. Colorful. Be a great background page. Okay. What else we got here? We got that one we did. Let's do this butterfly one. Let's get this one done. Okay, still got a butterfly. And that's pretty too. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's see, what's this one? This is the first one we did, yeah. Okay, oops. See, I just had this one sitting on a bit of wet paint, and it tore as I pulled it up. And we're just going to, I'm going to do that. And the brayer on it. And then I will glue that one down later. But this one, because I have done it on front and back, if I put this page into a journal, then I got something on the front and back on the page. Okay, well, I'm going to let this stuff dry. And I don't think I can get anything more off of that one. I'm going to let this dry, and then I am going to come back and show you. And I'm going to get this all cleaned up. And let's see. I got one more. Oh, that turned out beautiful. Okay, let's try this here. See if we can get one more off of that. One more. Oops. There we go. A very faint one, but that's okay. So there we have it. I shall return in a quick minute for you, but a long time for me. Okay, I'm back and I have tidied everything up and everything is nice and dry. So these are the prints that we did on the tear resistant tissue. And I like how they turned out. I like this butterfly. I'm just take and cut it out and use just the bottom piece here. This would be a really pretty piece in the fall, a fall journal. So we have those ones. This was the very last one that we did, and it's probably my favorite. It's just a very little bit of paint. We were just picking up what was on the, oh, there's my dog. He wants in because the door is closed, and my goodness, why is that door closed? There you go. There you go. That's why the door was closed. See, nothing exciting going on. There we go. Okay. Back to matters at hand. So this one here is beautiful. I love how it turned out. Lots of paint on there. Like I said, it feels like a material, a canvas. And those are when we started playing with the leaves and the second layers. Could have got a little bit more paint of the second layer on there, but I don't mind that at all. And then there's this one, beautiful. I love this one too. Now I've stayed all the same colors, and I did that purposely because I can put these all into one journal and they'll kind of match. And then there's this page. So I thought, well, let's have a play with this page and just see what we can do to it. So I'm just going to fold it in half and I'm going to tear, because first of all, I like the torn, and I want it to be torn. And some of my paint didn't get right to the edges, so good with tearing off just some to kind of even it out, get rid of some of the white. I could have used a tear ruler, but sometimes it's just as easy to do it by hand, and sometimes it's not so easy to do it by hand. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's get rid of this. There we go. So I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take a really color that we wouldn't have in here. And I'm just going to take, and I'm taking my Uncharted Mariner, and I'm just going to go over the edges here first. Now, what you could do too, I used new pieces of paper, but if you've got paper that's been printed on already, it would work very well to do this one there. And just for the heck of it, let's do a little, just for the heck of it. And then I'm going to grab, boy, I just really was not prepared for everything. I'm going to grab one of my little finger things here. I keep them in here because then I have my colors where I want them. They're easy to find. And I chose this stencil because I wanted the clock. I really wanted the clock. So let's get the clock. And let's go with the gears here too. The gears apparently make the clock run. All right, so then I'm just going to do some little things from here. And maybe a key, why not? I like that key, maybe not necessarily in that spot, but I'm okay with that. And let's do, let's see, what do we got going here? We have to, yeah, the clock is good. Okay, so then, let's see. Well, maybe, oh, oops, I'm on paper, I'm on table. I'm on the table. Just like so. And then I have this, and I have, I don't even know what this stuff is called, stencil butter. If you don't want your stencils to be stained, you need to get this off right away because it stains. So I'm just going to take it. Stay on the paper. Let's just put a little bit here too. Off a little bit. Now that I have to let dry because it's textured, but I thought, why not put a little gold paint in here? This is actual paint, not, that's pretty thick right here. Let's do that. Let's just take a little bit right here too. I hear my dog barking. I think he wants to come in. And my husband is probably sitting downstairs. Let's try it. Hold on. All right, back. Yes, he did want in. Little chatty man. I'm going to use, what am I going to do? I want to use a different color. Let's see, what colors have I got? I have a black. I'm pretty sure I have a black. But I have a bunch of new ones that I have not. Let's do this. And I have a black. Just because I think we need a little black in there. Black always kind of seems to anchor. Of course, the black wants to be the last one out. There we go. Hi, Cardi. There, I like that. Just a little bit. It's just a little anchor of black. Here we go. So while I've got that out here, because oops, that is not dry. Not that I expected it to be dry. I just forgot that it was there. Right here. Just adding some different textures, different colors. I do like the black on there. Okay, get rid of, where'd my lid go? Here we go. Okay, so then I have these, and I honestly don't know if they work or don't. This should be a, oh wow, let's see. Oh yes, they do. So we could just take and do some doodles. Carefully here, because do some blotches in the darker. That kind of blends in. You can kind of do it however you want, if you want, but it just kind of adds a little bit of interest to the page. So this is silver. It doesn't really, I don't know if you can see that. I can see it, but I don't know if you can. Let's see how the gold works. Let's see, let's do a, let's put one over here. I do like the gold. I always have liked gold. And maybe do this kind of doodle, have fun. Right. Okay, do I have black here? No, I have a black pen somewhere. Let's see how that works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But let's just try some doodles. Some doodle art always just adds that personal. It's not for everybody, but it is kind of relaxing. And let's see, let's just do some, do it in here. Just kind of outline what we did. I'm just gonna see what I did here. Just gotta see. There we go. Bring it around maybe this way. Go that way. There we go. And we'll do the same thing here. I should have gone up here. And then I like to just do Our puppies that are demanding for some reason today. Why are they demanding? It's going to be one of those days, I feel. And then that creates a very busy page, but you know, it still is a very nice background page. And it's, you know, it's your own personal art. This will never be created again. Some may try, but it won't. So anyways, so there we go. So we took a plain ugly piece of paper, white paper, and we played and we created a fun piece of paper. So go ahead and have fun. If you try this, please post in my Facebook group. I'll leave the link to my Facebook group there, just in case you're not a member yet. And if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I'll absolutely answer it. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.